Good morning. I'm Brett, and welcome to my backyard. It's the first day of October here. Woke up this morning, lovely surprise. We got a little rain. That's the first time we've gotten rain in close to 6 weeks here in East Texas, which is rather strange. Usually Labor Day, beginning of September, is when the rainy season starts for fall, and temperatures generally start to cool off about then, but this has been a really strange year this year, and it's been hot and dry through September. Well, one thing I wanted to focus on this year was fall planting. And since it's been so hot and dry, some of our little plants, getting them out when they're not established yet into that heat is quite hard. So what I've done is, I started a few weeks ago. This is a San Marzano tomato. Nice one. This is the sauce tomato you see in Italy, used for all your sauces or pizzas like I love. And I went ahead and started them so I could keep them a little bit shaded, watch the moisture levels on them a little bit more. But now that we finally got our temperature starting to cool off and getting a little rain, it's supposed to rain again this afternoon, so I want to get a few things in the ground to get that nice natural water. I'm going to bring a few of these out and actually put them out in the garden today, hoping to get a crop before the freeze hits. So what we're going to do is, this is a bed I've already grown another tomato in here earlier this spring. They got to where when it got hot they weren't producing much, so I've removed several of those, and what we've got left is just a little root system. You may not think, but look at the size of that taproot for this tomato. And it's got a lot of little feeder roots, but that was a good sturdy tomato. The wind didn't affect this one very much. There's another little branch off of it. I want to get them out of the way. And then, I'm always talking about mulch. Let's go ahead and scrape that back. You can see this is good stuff. If I get down in there a little bit, you can see it's starting to break down, which is good. That's going to be adding nutrients back in the soil there. Plus it's going to help hold some of this moisture in that we're finally getting here. So let's get an area scraped back here. And with tomatoes, like I've talked about on previous videos, they are a species that can actually root from the stem. Anywhere along this stem can create more roots, which the more roots you have, the more stable the tomato is up top, can withstand a lot more of the elements. The more nutrients, the more water it can take on, produce more fruit from the tomato. So we're going to clear that back out of the way, and what we're going to do here is dig down just a little bit, just to get it in there, a stable base. Okay. When I take this out, one good thing, I don't know if y'all how people unpot their plants, but with these, just a gentle squeeze here at the top, if they're ready to come out, that's about all you should need for it to come out. If you turn it upside down and it all falls out, it's too dry. It's not getting enough moisture to hold that soil together. Or if it's too hard to squeeze out, you may have too dense of a soil. But when you got a good soil content, it'll come out nice and easy. As you can see, that good root structure there, it's just starting to get to the bottom. Hasn't gotten pot bound yet, but it's ready to go in the ground. Not too many roots, but it's just now ideal. So let's see if we can't get this in there, holding it together. All right, tuck it in just a little bit, and then what else I'm going to do is, I've got a little more soil here, some more garden soil. Like I said, these tomatoes, they can root out from the stem, so it's okay if you want to bury it deep. I'm not going as deep here because as you can probably see from the layer here, I've had some settling this year, and I'm wanting to add some soil up, be adding more soil in it in the spring as well. You're always going to get a little bit of settling with your materials here. as they break down. But I'm not going to dig as deep. I'm just going to add 2. I'm going to bring that whole level up to here and bury the tomato that way. So we'll get a good layer of soil around it here. Give it some more structure. I'm burying that lower set of leaves there. That first set of leaves is not a true leaf. They're different than the other leaves. As you can see, this is what a tomato leaf looks like. That early set of leaves is usually just a rounder leaf that comes out, seed leaf. All right, now that we've got soil around it nice and good here, I'm gonna plant some other things, some little stuff around it here. Good. There's certain things that go good with tomatoes. My peppers tend to do very well around the outside. Most of my peppers don't get as large as these tomato plants do, and so they can kind of be an undercrop here. And then, like I mentioned, that mulch, I'm gonna rake some of that mulch that we've got back up on there, let it continue to be breaking down, let it hold in that moisture. Hopefully that rain's gonna come back again this afternoon, get this all nice and watered in with some natural water. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more to it, and like I say, as I add some more plants in around in this area, I'll bring that whole layer up and make it a little deeper. And then when these play out over the course of the winter, we'll get all this turned up real good, prepared to go for spring. And so let's add just a little bit more mulch in here. That'll help keep the moisture in. It also helps when the rain's coming down. If we get a true soaker, it doesn't just wash everything away. I want to keep that going. All right. So there you have it. We got one. Hopefully we can get us some more salsa here before it gets cold. Hope y'all have enjoyed that video. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure and share it with your friends if you know somebody that may need some tips in gardening. And like always, if you have any questions or other future videos you'd like to see, just leave that in the comments. We'll see you next time.